Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today's video is going to be a day in the life video. It is Tuesday, so it's a homeschool day, but it won't be like a typical homeschool day because we've got a couple of other things going on. This morning, my daughter has an orthodontist appointment that I'm going to take her to. We're actually getting ready to head out the door right now. And then my husband and I have a surprise for the kids that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to share with you guys too. It's gonna be so much fun. So we're gonna do that after the orthodontist appointment. So this morning, my kids already got most of their independent work done, got a lot of their chores done, and then this afternoon, we will do some of our history and Latin, science, and spelling together. Hopefully, we're gonna see how it goes. There might be too much excitement. But I want to thank Cuvo for sponsoring today's video. They offer a great router and app that you can use in your home to help kind of monitor your devices that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys a little bit later. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm excited to just bring you guys with us today as we go about our Tuesday. Okay, so just a quick check-in on Homeschool Planet before we leave. I've got kindergarten work with my son later to do. Kids, most of them did their BSF work. We've got CTC math done, essentials in literature. My son got his science finished. And oh, he was already working on, I gave him his assessment for essentials in writing. My daughters are working on their assessments. This one's going to the ortho right now, so that will be finished later. And so a lot of good progress this morning. I need to go over some book basket details with them, and then here's the stuff that we need to do in the afternoon. So I love Homeschool Planet. It's just such a great way to keep our schedule organized. And then, you know, my kids, I'm seeing all of them right here, but my kids, like when Luke logs in, he will just see his calendar. So he just has a really clean list of all the tasks he needs to get done during the day, which is awesome. But I like to see everybody at once so I have a good picture of what's going on. And then I've got a stack here of a couple things that I need to grade. So when they finish their independent work for the day, they stack it all up here, and then I look over it in the afternoon or evening. Chores are another thing. I haven't showed you guys their chore charts in a while. We moved them out of the kitchen. They are in our schoolroom right now on our big whiteboard, but they've got chores they need to complete each day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and they were making good progress on them this morning. They have to get their chores done before they can have electronics or things like that. So I do have an entire video on how I set up my chore charts. If you guys are interested, just my 3 older kids I have on this system right now. Younger one, my 5-year-old, he will be added to the mix not too much longer, but maybe in another year or so. He's got some small chores that he does around the house to help out, but nothing as organized as this right now. Okay, so we just finished up at the orthodontist appointment. We had a good appointment this morning, and Carly doesn't know this yet, but we've got a little surprise, the surprise that I mentioned for the kids. Do you remember how they were trying to fundraise for Oliver's soccer team, and they had that special prize that they were fundraising, that they were trying? Do you remember what it was? Yes, so my son has been really wanting a corgi puppy for a long time, and they had a fundraiser event where they were going to try to raise money and auction off the dog, and we couldn't go, and we were really sad about it. And I kept thinking about the dog. We were actually looking for some different corgis online to see if we could find some breeders nearby, and haven't had much luck. And then I saw a message yesterday that they actually weren't able to find a home for the dog, and it was still available. So I reached out, and it is not 100% official yet, but we're gonna go actually pick up the dog, and the dog is going to come home with us right now. And we're going to take it home for the afternoon and just see if it's a good fit for our family and if it's a good fit, you know, because we have another large dog.
It's
so
the same color.
It is a tricolor Pembroke Welsh Corgi, and so we're gonna see how it goes. So we're gonna go pick up a new puppy. That is the surprise. And are you excited? Okay, nobody else knows about it except my husband, of course, so we're gonna see how they react, and I think they're gonna be shocked.
Can I hold the puppy?
Yes. All right, let's go pick up a puppy. All right, so Bluey and Bella are out on a walk right now with my husband and my older son. So far, it's going okay. The dogs are not killing each other. Bluey really wants to play with Bella, and Bella weighs,
90 pounds.
like 7 or 8 times
Bluey
her weight.
keeps on-
So they are out on a walk to get us some energy right now. We're hoping it's going to be a good fit. They're really cute together. Our day is completely off track. It's 12:30 right now. I'm going to go make lunch. We're doing sandwiches and oranges and chips and cookies for lunch. So we're going to go put that together while they are out on a walk. And then we are going to see if we can get a little bit of schoolwork done before my son has piano lessons this afternoon. And we are just going to kind of see how it goes with the dog throughout the day. But it was a fun surprise. I'm a little bit nervous about taking on an extra dog, but
I do everything.
yes. Yeah, you guys
Everything.
know how that goes. Those
Everything.
promises. I'm not buying it, but
I'll put the
we
dog
do
food
love
right
dogs,
now.
and thank you.
Wait,
All right, let's go
no.
make lunch. Okay, so we are finishing up lunch. I just remembered that we are doing this experiment in science. Well, we're supposed to do it today, but I have to let the water freeze overnight. I was gonna start it yesterday, and then I totally forgot. So Carly is over here helping me mix together our solutions. We are just doing a cup of regular water, and then I had 2 tablespoons of salt in there. So she's gonna pour a cup of water in. We're gonna mix both of those up, and then we're gonna let them freeze. And that'll be part of our experiment. Yeah, you can just use any spoon you want to for that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we probably are going to push our science lesson off until tomorrow, unless we decide we want to do it later tonight. So that is what we're doing next. We're going to pull out our history and do our history lesson, spelling, Latin, and I've got to get some kindergarten work in with Oliver over there. So lesson 9. You guys want to open up to that lesson? And then what?
Oh, it's very short.
Timeline. It is short reading.
Which one?
That's fine.
Lesson 9.
Remember this man who invented cuneiform writing? They were so advanced in their language skills that they even had libraries in schools. What did the people who lived so long ago put in their libraries? Were books written about gardening, animals, marriage, or the stars? Did they write fiction stories to just read for fun?
Believe it or not, we have a record of one of the oldest books ever written other than the Bible. It comes from the Sumerians, but was later copied by the Babylonians. The author of this book, which is called the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Wait, I don't know if we're saying that right. Gilgamesh? I was saying Gilgamesh, but I think it's Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh.
Wrote about these things he had heard from other generations. An epic is a long poem written about something factual or fictional in the past. I think you'll find it fascinating to learn the content of this poem.
Okay, so the story, is that where yours starts?
Yes.
The story centers on a legendary hero named Gilgamesh. Okay, they actually sounded that for us here. So Gilgamesh, a king of Iraq, who falls asleep under a tree and wakes up to a snake who has robbed him of eternal life. Gilgamesh searches for eternal life for the sake of a dead friend, Enkidu, but doesn't find it. Does that story sound familiar? It should somewhat remind you of the story of Adam and Eve when they were deceived by the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
Sorry.
Good.
I was looking at the picture after.
Oh, yes.
Another part of the story tells us a man named Utnapishtim. He was told by God to build a great ship. It was covered with pitch inside and out. He loaded his family and animals.
Nice use of pronouns there.
Hmm?
Nice use of pronouns there.
He loaded his family and animals on the boat when it rained for 6 days and nights. After some time, he sent out a dove.
How about Uni? Sorry, go
He
ahead.
sent out a dove, a swallow, and a raven. The last bird didn't come back because it found enough meat to live on. He gave an offering to the gods and was made into the garden itself with his wife.
Just say who should not be. Now that story should really sound familiar. Its similarity to that of Noah and the Ark is incredible. The author of the Epic of Gilgamesh, whatever his name is, have heard these stories after they've been passed down for hundreds of years by word of mouth. That could explain the difference between this poem and Genesis accounts and the creation of this.
Just to clarify, most Christians believe that God helped to write the book of Genesis through men like Moses. Because God was the true author, I believe his version of the story of the flood to be the accurate one. The Epic of Gilgamesh. On the other hand, was written by a man or woman and copied by others over many, many years. From what I know of mankind, people make mistakes sometimes. So I will stick with the believing that Christian and great flood stories from the Bible. What do you think?
Okay, does that make sense what she's saying in that last paragraph right there? So, yeah, this part wasn't in your paragraph because I know you have an older book, but it says this came from the Sumerians in about 2000 BC. Okay, it's a record of one of the oldest books ever written other than the Bible. You guys have, huh?
Where does it say?
It says in my second paragraph, so I don't know if your guys' says that either. But so in about 2000 BC, and then it was later copied by the Babylonians. And that picture, that tablet that you have, Emma, I know you don't have that picture, so you can maybe look in Carly's book, but in 1853, it says archaeologists uncovered from the ruins of Nineveh a cuneiform version of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Yep.
I thought you were talking the second paragraph. On this page.
Okay. So this replica page from the 11th tablet of the Epic, it describes the meeting of Gilgamesh and Utnapishtim.
Not fished.
Isn't that crazy?
Whatever his name.
So remember when we went to the Ark Encounter and we saw they had that one exhibit where it showed like all the different different legends that are very similar to the Ark story over time. So that's kind of what this is, you know. So it may have been that they had heard the story, it had been passed down, and so it's just interesting that if that didn't really happen, why would so many different cultures and different groups of people have stories that are very, very similar? And what she's saying is what could explain those differences is that, you know, people either made mistakes or, you know, as they passed it down by word of mouth, things could have changed, or they may have retold it a bit differently. So that's why they're all kind of different. But when you think about that with the Bible, how God has preserved his word, even after all the different translations and all the different copyings of that, it stays the same. It hasn't changed like this story has. So that is, I think that's kind of cool, and it shows God's hand in that. Okay, the kids are quiet for the moment. The dogs are quiet for a moment. My son is upstairs working on some Latin, and my daughter and youngest are out front with the dogs. So I wanted to take a moment to share a little bit about my sponsor today, Cuvo. That is actually the name of the app that goes along with the Jetstream router. If you are looking for a way to manage online time in your home, I get asked that all the time. The Jetstream router and its companion app, Cuvo, could be a game changer. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by your kids' screen time or worried about what they might stumble upon online, want to block certain things, this could be exactly what you're looking for. When I first got the Jetstream router, I was a little skeptical about setting it up, but it was surprisingly easy. Josh did help me, but the app is very easy too. So I downloaded the Cuvo app for my phone. I set up the app with a kids account on our iPad, and Josh, my husband, actually helped set up the router. I'll be honest, I have no idea how that works, but he set up a new Wi-Fi network that we connected all of the devices to. And in doing that, we were able to use the app to create custom schedules for our kids, set time limits for their computers and devices, and you can even block specific apps or websites. The Cuvo app also lets me monitor their online activity in real time. If I wanted to do that, I can see which websites they're visiting and what apps they're using. And they also have a feature called geofencing. The Cuvo app can notify you if your child leaves home with their device. So we haven't used that yet, but if that's something important to you, it is a helpful feature. So a big thank you to Cuvo for sponsoring this video. They have a great deal right now on the Jetstream router. You can take 45% off with the coupon code BLESSED45. I will drop the link in the description below so you can check it out. As for the app, you get 6 months for free to try it out, and then it's just $20 a year for all of their features. I don't think $20 is too much for all the peace of mind that you can get from a tool like this. The router is a high-speed Wi-Fi 6 router, so I mean, even if you don't need all the parental controls, it's worth it for the reliable internet alone. I know how overwhelming it can feel to manage everything in homeschooling, and having a tool like this gives me one less thing to worry about. The Cuvo app makes having access to these parental controls so easy, right at your fingertips. So go check it out. The Jetstream router and the Cuvo app might be just what your family needs to stay connected, protected, and stress-free. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So Tuesday, November 19th.
1 and a 9.
1 and a 9, yep. 1 and a 9.
It's like 9, 10, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 1 and a 9.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, you want to see the number? Let me find it. Here it is. Wait, there it is. It's hiding. That one?
So like a circle?
Yeah. Ooh, that's talking about Joshua. Huh? Are you done with Latin?
Yeah.
You are? Did you check it? Yeah, go ahead and check it and then, yeah, there's the answer key. Good job.
Good girl, Lily.
That's what I'm gonna grab it real quick. All right. She is. She's nice and calm, isn't she? Yeah. Good job.
I hear
Sock and box, sock and box, sock and box. I hear and sock and box. Good job, Oliver.
I hear in duck and bus,
Duck and bus, duck and bus. I hear and duck and bus. Yay! Good job. Now we're gonna mix them all up. Okay, you guys, it has been the end of a really long day, but a fun day, kind of crazy. Did not quite expect everything to turn out and turn around as quickly as it did with the dog. We are going to get her. We're going to be taking her back to the family she's been staying with for one more night, so their family can have one more night with the dog, and then we will officially get Bluey to come home with us tomorrow. We finished up all of our school. It's about 4:20 right now. We did about half of our spelling lesson, and that's really the only thing that we didn't finish today, and our science experiment that we were not prepared for, that we're going to finish tomorrow. So right now I'm taking my son to his piano lessons, and then we're going to come home, run the dog back to the family that she's been staying with, and then come home and have dinner. So thank you so much for watching and coming along with us today on this day in the life video. Make sure you check out the Jetstream router and the Cuvo app. Again, the code is BLESSED45 if you want to take a 45% discount on that router. It's a great deal, and if you're looking for ways to kind of manage and take care of the screen time rules and things like that in your family, it's a great option to look into. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.